have the distinct feeling that my wife gets in Target when she walks in and everything just goes blank. So luckily I wrote down a few things. I won't be able to follow up on Jackie's, but just a quick comment before I get started. Jackie was actually, if you knew Jackie, his sidekick, Johnny Gant, they were inseparable. But Jackie and Johnny coached me, I think, in my 7th and 8th grade year, so in basketball. So that's where some of my basketball ability came from. And
learn anything from Johnny.
And several years later, I got to escort his sister as the homecoming queen at Calvary. It is truly an honor to be part of the first Hall of Fame group here at Calvary. I recognize, obviously, the ladies that played. They were behind my sister. My wife, we all three attended Calvary, so I knew the names. But to go in with Jackie, and especially a classmate, Scott, is very, very important to me. I'm often asked about specific games and scores, and to be honest with you, that was not something I focused on. If I'm truly honest, I don't really remember most of the games. I don't remember many of the scores. A lot of people tell me about those all the time. I just don't remember. What I remember are the people that I played with, the times that we were going on trips, the many trips that we went back and forth to Macon, and those types of things. It was the friends, it was the teammates, it was the coaches that really mattered to me. Many of you know that I'm an ultra competitive type person that carries, unfortunately, into many different areas. But what truly mattered the most to me was giving all that I had during whatever, and doing whatever I could do to help my team win. That was basically the bottom line to me. The accolades and everything that you've heard, they're just a product of that. To all my teammates, I wasn't sure who was going to be here tonight, a big thanks. And to my coaches and such as well. Let me thank my parents as well. Like Jackie, they're very supportive. My mother and father, Tommy and Carol Lane, as well as my sister, who was a graduate, I believe, in 1996, if I get that correctly. Without their sacrifice, I wouldn't be standing here today. My parents attended all my games. They poured their resources into both my sister and I, and our success is a result of that sacrifice and resource. To the faculty and staff of Calvary, they not only provided me with a solid education and preparation for higher education, but they also held me accountable for my actions, and they helped me grow and mature during a very impressionable time in my life, and I do appreciate that. We had a lot of great teachers, too many to mention in one setting, Miss Hamilton being one of those. Didn't know, like I said, what coaches would be here, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention my coaches individually. Dennis Roddenberry was my football coach. I had both Ed Clark and Tommy Dara as basketball coaches, and Tommy Swinford was my baseball coach during those years. These men also played a tremendous role in my growth and development as a young man, and I still lean on the words of wisdom and advice they have today. I wish Mr. Clark was here today, but I'll tell you a quick story about him. I do have a great deal of respect for all these gentlemen, but there are times when you don't see eye to eye with your coach. I was one in basketball to believe they gave me 5 fouls for a reason. Mr. Clark didn't see it that way, so he would constantly remind me after I had gotten a foul that I had 2 more left, and I had 1 more left, but I just kept on playing. That was just the way it was. In closing, I would like to say a special thank you to my wife, Mandy. Excuse me. She and my 3 daughters, Ashton, Bailey, and Carter, truly mean the world to me. Thank you and God bless.